France and Algeria are resuming diplomatic dialogue after months of bickering that have hurt Paris's economic interests in its former colony and stalled vital security cooperation. Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot arrived in Algiers on Sunday for a day of talks, and that comes after a call between President Emmanuel Macron and his Algerian counterpart, Abdelmajid Tebboune, on March 31st, during which the two agreed to a broad roadmap to calm tensions. We're joined now by Shirli Sitbon from our news desk. As we've just seen, Shirli, relations had been worsening for months. Is this visit a way of ending the crisis, which has really harmed the interests of both countries?
Yes, absolutely. And the way it's being handled today shows great caution because we've been asking both the French and the Algerians what is coming out of these meetings. And they're extremely cautious, saying, well, we're not going to give you any live footage from the press conference. We're going to wait for the statement until it's validated by both sides. So, yes, very clearly the idea is that they want to end this. We've seen in recent months, so it started last July when Emmanuel Macron, I have to remind that the relations have always been tense. But in July, he took a decision. He took the Moroccan side on the issue of Western Sahara. And that angered Algeria, which has been backing locals in Western Sahara who wanted to separate from the Moroccan influence. So yes, Algeria has started to tense to make the relations more difficult. French businessmen working in companies working in Algeria say that there have been many hurdles, lots of problems. And we've seen this spiraling up with various ministers threatening one another and ultimatums being set. For example, there's this issue of these people from Algeria who have come to France illegally and have committed crimes. And France wanted to send them back to Algeria. And sometimes the French authorities put them on a plane to Algeria, but the Algerian authorities said, no, we don't agree to this. We have to agree before you send over people. And this has caused tensions all the way until the fact that the interim minister and the prime minister of France saying, we will blow up in a way, end an historic pact between our two countries over immigration. So what the presidents have been saying, Emmanuel Macron and Abdelmajid Tebboune, they've been saying, let's bring the things back into order, into our regular relations. They talked last week and decided to bring, as you've said, this roadmap. And today's meetings are basically trying to bring everything back under control, which is crucial for both sides.
Now, what are the key issues that France and Algeria are hoping to make progress on?
There are many, many issues. One of them is migration. And from the little we've captured from the meetings today, this has been discussed. Also bilateral ties. Trade. Since the summer, trade has decreased by 30%. And French companies say that it's become more and more difficult to do business in Algeria. The exports, for example, of wheat have dropped. That's not the only issue. There's security cooperations between the two. That's crucial for both sides. So many things we can talk about, but one of them, is also the fact that the French want to hear the Algerians saying that they are going to release a writer who's both Algerian and French, Boualem Sansal, who has been convicted and arrested for 5 years because of things he said, which the Algerians say go against national interests and national security for Algeria. But the French are saying this is free expression. He's 80 years old, and that he's one of the elements that the French really want to see resolved. They say they really want to see him released from jail.
Thank you very much for that, Shirli Sitbon.